Hello and welcome back to the podcast or the YouTube channel. My name is Micah and you are listening to the Dream Support Podcast. Today I want to talk to you just for a couple of minutes about something I've been thinking about, and it's really come up over and over again, and it is the idea of visible value. So just as a reminder, my name is Micah and I am the co-owner and co-founder of Dream Support. We provide remote executive assistance to busy leaders all across the country, fractionally. So anywhere from 5 hours a week, all the way on up to 40. And if that's you, you would know because here's some cues to who you might be. You might be missing key communications, double booking your calendar. You might be drowning in the details and the administrative tasks that you know are important, but you just hate doing them because it's not you. You need to live at a higher level of thinking, and your time is actually more valuable than those tasks. Though, like I said, they're very, very important. So if that's you, let's have a chat. So back to today's content, I want to talk to you about visible value. Now, as you start working with an executive assistant or a remote assistant of any kind, immediately you're going to see value. You're going to see that they are saving you from all kinds of details and information, and they're saving you from having to answer every single email and wade through all that junk. And they're saving you from double booking yourself and making sure that you have the highest priorities going on in your calendar, right? So there's a lot of ways that they add value right away, and you're able to see that right away. Over time, though, as they continue to do all these small administrative tasks that used to live in your head, or they used to occupy space in your brain, they no longer occupy any space, and now it's out of sight, out of mind. You don't even think about them. They just happen. And that sounds amazing. Now, the danger is their visible value as your assistant goes down because you no longer recognize the amount of time and effort it takes to do those administrative tasks because you are not doing them. So you have to make sure that you have some way to constantly be reminded of their visible value. I have an assistant, for instance, that is out right now. She has some personal things going on with her family, and so I told her just to focus on the family and not worry about anything Dream Support related. And I'm feeling that because I now am doing some of the things that I would normally have her do. Now I could get somebody else in there and they could pull up the SOPs and things. But I decided for myself that I wanted to experience some of that pain of not having her around so that I had that visible value. I understood the value of what she was doing. So as you have these experiences, you get the relief and they continue to work with you. Creating ways for you to feel that pain a little bit is not a bad idea. But let's say you don't want to do that. And I totally get it if you don't. I would also add to your sort of cadence of communication a weekly recap. So it's a simple email, text, or Slack message, depending on the mode of communication that you really enjoy and you want to receive. And that would be at the end of the week. It'd be on Friday. End of the week, they're wrapping up things and they're just telling you, hey, listen, I executed on X, Y, and Z. These were the priorities for the week. Here's where they are. We finished them, or here's the roadblock, or here's something I need from you to accomplish that. And then next week, this is my understanding for the priorities for next week, X, Y, and Z. It would help me if you would answer these 3 questions or this to help me get a leg up and be able to tackle those quickly next week. So what they're doing is reminding you of what they've been handling, right? They remind you of where you're at together as a team working on these things, and then they're reminding you of what their understanding is for next week. It helps frame up next week. And then as you have your huddle early on in the week, which we always recommend, that then you can sort of correct or course correct those or make adjustments to those, and also address the needed information or access to execute on those things. So I just want to remind you that the longer you work with an assistant, the less you will visualize the value in what they're doing, because it'll be out of sight, out of mind, unless you create a system for them to constantly bring in front of you what is being accomplished on your behalf. And then you'll know what their value is to you, and you'll understand that at a deep level. So I want to raise your awareness about visible value. It decreases over time unless you have systems to constantly elevate what they're doing so that you have some visibility there on it. And as their visible value remains high, you will be more and more grateful for that partnership. So make sure it's not all out of sight, out of mind. All right. I hope this is helpful to you. If it is, drop a like, ask me a question, send me an email. Let's get in contact if you have a question or you want to connect. Otherwise, God bless, and we'll see you next time.